OxC-Beta is a proprietary active ingredient that is present not only in the Vivamune Health Chews, but it's also present in a product we call OxC-Beta Livestock. This ingredient is unique because it contains a compound that has not been recognized before and is present nowhere else in any kind of supplement or any kind of animal feed. Carotenoids are familiar to all of us when we realize the carrot, the orange color, and for example, the tomato, the red color. So the orange color in the carrot is the beta-carotene, and the red in the tomato is lycopene. We investigated beta-carotene in particular because of a lot of interest that was created in the 1980s when it was discovered that people who eat more fruit and vegetables seem to have fewer chronic diseases such as aging, heart disease, and so on. Next thing is they were pointing to beta-carotene. What really stirred my imagination was watching beta-carotene decompose in front of my eyes when it reacted with oxygen. And the question came into my mind, well, what are these products that are being formed? And I put that question aside for a few years and then came back at it, and we decided, let's have a look at these products and see if indeed they have health benefits. OxC-Beta is quite different from vitamin A. Vitamin A, first of all, is the product that is formed from beta-carotene. It's very important to our health. It's formed inside our bodies, although not, for example, in cats. They require their diet to provide their vitamin A. But vitamin A is very important for the maintenance of health and growth. But that's only half the story. There was another aspect of beta-carotene that had to do with immune health, and yet no one was quite sure why. And that's how we came in with our idea that really we should be looking at the fundamental science of how beta-carotene behaves in the presence of oxygen in the air. People might wonder if we could just turn to natural sources and eat more carrots. It's a possibility, and probably when we do eat carrots and other vegetables, we get some OxC-Beta. But we would expect that the amount would be very low. When we eat vegetables, we don't know how much we're going to get, and more than likely we're getting insufficient to get the benefits that we understand OxC-Beta can provide. And when we turn to pets, for example, vegetables I don't believe are an important component of their diet. I think they would be needing to eat a lot of carrots, for example, which I don't think would be particularly practical. You might ask how we make OxC-Beta. We certainly don't take carrots. That would be a rather inefficient and probably expensive process. We take pure beta-carotene and then we simply allow it to react with oxygen. It's a natural process. It occurs naturally. It's occurring all around us every day. We allow that process to occur, and the product that results is kind of like molasses. And we simply just take that and mix it with cornstarch and add it to the product. It's as simple as that. When you give Vivamune Health Chews to your pet, you might wonder what results you might expect. We would expect, first of all, that you would see some benefit in the health of the coat and the hair, if there are issues there. If the animal is perhaps getting a little bit older and slowing down, not moving around as freely, you may see improvement in the health of the joints and certainly an increased desire to move around. In other words, more mobility. And this would be complementary to glucosamine, for example. And then less directly, but very importantly, and we've got scientific data to back this up, improvement in the digestive health. OxC-Beta is being developed for use in other areas, but it all comes back down to the same thing, and that is improving the immune health of animals across the board. So we're very interested in improving the health of animals that are used for food production. OxC-Beta, supplied in actually surprisingly very small quantities, for example, only 2 grams in 1 ton of animal feed, actually benefits the health of the animals. We'll see increased productivity, signs such as growing faster, but also because they are healthier, they utilize their feed more efficiently, which is very important. Feed is a very important cost. So what we find is that they're using less feed to grow faster, saving costs to the producer. And of course, if they're healthier, there's going to be less disease. A very interesting aspect of this is the potential of OxC-Beta to serve as a replacement for antibiotics that are being used in feeds for animals to boost their growth What is very interesting with the results that are coming out with our studies with food animals in the use of OxC-Beta is that the improvement in the health of these animals is comparable, if not better, than what we see with antibiotics. This throws up the possibility that OxC-Beta could become a potential replacement for the use of antibiotics in animal feeds. We've all heard about the growing problem of antibiotic resistance. What this means is that the antibiotics that we humans depend upon to keep us healthy, we're losing the power of these antibiotics because the bugs are learning how to defeat them. OxC-Beta is not an antibiotic. It works with the animal, it helps the animal to help itself to combat infections. So we do, in fact, have that possibility. By improving the immune system, it's helping them deal with the modern production conditions. We have to understand that modern production conditions means the animals live in close quarters, in close proximity. That means infections can spread very rapidly. So anything that will help give the immune system a boost to deal with incipient infections is going to be highly desirable. And we believe that OxC-Beta is going to be the answer instead of using antibiotics. In our experience, OxC-Beta can be used for an extended period of time. Not only have we conducted safety trials where we've used in excess 10 times or more of the compound daily in cats and dogs, but we've also been conducting trials in food animals like poultry, pigs, with no ill effect, helping the immune system. That is the critical part of the whole picture. The immune system helps the health of the animal. A healthy animal is a happy animal.